Hello, hello, hello. It's time for us to continue Chapter 11, Return to Mist in Arknights. Last time, well, we started Chapter 11, Return to... I don't really know what else to say. We saw that our luck is crazy good and crazy bad at the same time in our gacha pulls, as we got, I believe it was 4 or 5 stars and a 6-star, but not one of them was stainless. So we're gonna ignore that, I guess. We got a new material. And we learned more about Allerdale in the past Vina has with Victoria. So then, without further ado, let's hop into it. 11-6 is where we left off. I have plenty of potions for sanity, so we are ready to go. Maybe, there we go. Like, come on, let me go. I wish to start the level. What are you doing here? I said as much. I'm here to enjoy the performance. Stay behind me, children. I mean no offense, Lieutenant Colonel Leto, but you're not welcome here. You don't need to be so distant, Golding. I've always approved of your efforts. The more difficult the times, the more important education becomes. Speaking as though you have nothing to do with these difficult times. You're always finely dressed, aren't you? No matter what the times. The only difference is you have more and more medals on your collar now. Helping the military commission govern Londinium is not an easy job. I've encountered my share of difficulties. But my love for this city has never changed. I'm just like you in that regard. Sure, Tom the cobbler agrees. Tom is a friend too. The memory of that incident pains me. He got drunk and babbled something about His Majesty and the Steam Knights. He could hardly even spell Sarkaz. He's still alive. Life is about more than simply being alive. Are you accusing me of betraying Victoria, Golding? I respect your courage, ladies. But you're mistaken. I came here to take another look at this school, nothing more. It's unfortunate that you seem to have forgotten me, Miss Molly. Forgotten? I spent just as much time here as you have. I even remember the children who came with you. Unfortunately, I was no longer so free after my graduation from the military academy. Golding, you trusted me once. We discussed the history of Gaul, the eternal pillars of literature. That will do, Lieutenant Leto. I'm grateful to your father for sponsoring the school over the years. He made efforts to light the torch of wisdom and to drive out ignorance and chaos. No one sought you like him. You've extinguished a tiny spark on with your own 2 hands. Is that so, Golden? Why do you think the school has survived this long? Why, you don't even dare threaten us. I have no reason to threaten you. Certainly not with the children around. We're all remnants of Gaul, Miss Golding. We know the merciless devastation of war, the snuffing of countless lives, and the destruction of human progress towards wisdom. I don't want Londinium to be the next Lingones, nor do I want to see the wonderful play that I just witnessed disappear forever. This is a burden that I have chosen to bear.
I cannot endorse your views. The Royal Opera House of Lingones has long been since reduced to ash. Dodo Triumph continues to be performed around the world. Buildings fall and metal giants rust, but what we create within never dies. It's our knowledge, our culture, our hope. The darker the clouds of war, the more important it is that we hold on to our beliefs. Trust in beauty, and remind ourselves what separates us from the animals.
You believe you can win a conflict like this?
What do you represent? Fear? Power? Violence? These things can't keep everyone suppressed forever. I must believe. I can only believe. As long as there is light, we'll follow it.
I envy you then, Miss Golding. Look up at the dark clouds above you. A storm is coming. There is still time before the thunderbolt falls. We have a choice. I hope to see the conclusion of the play someday. The commander of the defense forces does not linger on the streets after leaving the school. He came alone. There are none of his men in the vicinity. She must find Adams and get the news out. No matter how amicable the commander looked, there must be a reason why he came to the school. Molly does not know, and neither do the children. But Golding does.
Why are there so many Sarkaz?
The path to the bookstore is a familiar one. She's tread it countless times in the past 2 years. But today the path seems much longer than she remembers. She cannot see the end of it. She remembers the day that the Sarkaz came. Can she truly change?
I must believe. I must.
Fear seizes Golding by the throat. She feels as though she's about to throw up. She turns and flees.
Lance, Patty, kids,
You need not have bothered yourself with a task as simple as this, sir.
You should have arrested Miss Golding, Mattel. It's what Manfred would have done. Well, the Red Eye wouldn't have left a soul in the school alive. We know you're not Sarkaz. You want to save one final shred of dignity for yourself, for the defense forces, for the people of the city. We believe this is safer. Why you? Lance, Patty, I hope the children are safe. Scared, Lieutenant Colonel. Scared that people like you and the Sarkaz may hurt the children. Scared that the children could grow up to be like you.
You sound just like our unconscious guest here.
Yes, we're feeling. She cares about those young Victorians more than she cares about herself. We can feel it. but we find it difficult to understand, especially since it does not arise from ties of blood.
Sir?
We find you interesting. Through you, we understand ourselves, understand the Sarkaz better.
You want answers? About what?
You do not seem the kind of person to be curious about the Sarkaz, Leto.
My apologies, sir.
The mission always comes first. Take Miss Molly back, Lieutenant Colonel. Watch her closely. We must stay by Miss Golding's side and gather intelligence for the coming war.
Yes, sir. What's the matter, sir?
Someone has discovered us.
Should I call the men?
No need. They can't stop him. He has learned much from Teresa. We will have an interesting conversation. Molly? Did anything happen while I was away? No. Lance and Patty were scared. Ralph and the older kids took the little ones to get some rest. Good. I've been thinking. Children will enjoy the play, won't they? The hard work will mean something. What are you talking about? No, nothing. I'm the commander of the Defense Force, Miss Golding. I'm not feeling well. I need some rest. Sorry, Molly. Could you clean up? Sure. There should be an end to the play. Steam Knights arrive at the palace. The children will perform the final scene in a few days, won't they? Absolutely. There is lots of possibilities, so long as the conclusion of the story hasn't yet been told. Even a play that's been performed can be changed. People always look for the latest. You've been watching for a long time, haven't you? The stage is right here. Why don't we start from the beginning? From Act 1.
Everyone dreams about how things would have been if none of this had happened. What ifs mean nothing.
What if there was even a remote possibility? Why don't you join us on stage, sir? Morning, sir. There's a look of concern on your face. Something worrying you?
The horn of victory has blown atop the walls for 3 days and nights. Why do I feel uneasy?
Has our great general not returned triumphant? Praise his bravery and fearlessness.
Bravery? Fearlessness? The call to arms united our spirit, but the price was ruin and hate.
You should have served the king. You gave your loyalty to a thief.
The mysterious spectator takes a step forward, his gaze moving from his counterpart to the distance. I'm sorry, I cannot speak. He is not building up tension, but recalling memories of another battlefield. Memories that have lain dormant for too long. It is not a king that I serve, but honesty and courage.
Destruction awaits if you stay on this path.
The destruction of the individual is nothing compared to having watched a tyrant bring this country to ruin.
Do you know her end, sir?
I can predict her end, as I know her beginning.
How could you reminisce about the past, young as you are?
Who can keep the sun from setting? Such desires are the greatest greed. I have seen countless acts of madness performed in the name of preserving this glory. They turn to banditry or fight amongst themselves, ultimately accelerating the decay of this country. Molly turns around on stage, takes a few steps, then turns back, hiding her face in the shadows. Her counterpart speaks first. His expression is calm, like water undisturbed. He shifts his hands and crosses them. They will not admit that those who fall to I cannot read. They will not admit that those who fall try to cling to the sunlight, but grasp only lightning.
You must accept their fall.
They can choose to not look back at the peak. If they would turn their gaze around, they would realize that it is no abyss lying before them. But fertile earth, in which infinite possibilities lie.
You say the abyss can be conquered. You do not know the truth of the abyss, nor do you understand that time is short.
The abyss lies before us. We can fill it with flesh, and burn the remnants with blood, leaving behind wide open fields for those who come after. Only when the ashes of old are blown away can a new crop grow in the field to feed the next generation. Interesting. So we have an imposter running around somewhere. I don't know who fully realizes it and
Everyone, prepare for battle.
who's been tricked. This is the funny map. Looks like correct. That's what these are, right? I could have moved you there and gotten a lot more out of that.
Target marked.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on.
Not one step backwards.
Alright.
Initiating healing process.
This is fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. See, we're fine. Ignoring the giant puddle of whatever that is on the floor, we're fine.
Now's the time to help everyone out. If you've got a reason to fight,
I see you there.
I'm so tense.
Do-do-do.
There! My sword will respond the instant I spot the movement.
Oh boy. Almost dead. Not quite though. Oh gosh, I just realized there's 121 enemies. Ah, dang it. Oh, yeah. If you're gonna hit someone, hit her. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez.
Unleash the rage your father poured into you.
This is fine. Everything's fine. Oh, she's just a Giga Chad, so she'll just tank it all. Yep.
Mission accomplished.
Heck yeah, Hoshiguma.
Your logical deduction was absolutely correct. What a perfect calculation.
We have officially beaten the funny map. The funny read alter map. Tutorial. Uh-oh. It could produce rot eaters when destroyed or at the end of the stage. What? Oh, so that's what that was talking about. I was like, well, heals twigs that crave, not creates twigs that crave. I don't know why I read that as creates. Skyfire, Click, and Cutter. What are these?
We'll take them out all at once.
You got an English voice.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Several effects detected. Initializing treatment program. Scanning complete. The twigs that crave have polluted the nearby ground, causing continuous damage to nearby operators. Operators fighting on the ground will take more damage. I'll take care of it. Caution. Target structure is complex, and attacking may have unpredictable results.
Get lost.
It's attacking! It's some sort of Sarkaz arts. The necrosis damage it inflicts prevent the use of skills when it accumulates, while also causing continuous arts damage. Let's finish this quickly.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Oh, jeez. That's what a Rot Eater is? The more enemies defeated, the higher its HP, attack, and defense when spawned from the twigs that crave. Releases corruption, causing... okay. Oh, jeez.
Turned into a monster, but it looks pretty weak. Analysis shows that it absorbs the strength of fallen allies. The more of its allies fall in battle, the more power it absorbs, increasing its strength. It will be at its strongest if all of its allies are defeated. Support squad has arrived. Please instruct us to whether to prioritize its destruction or reinforce the defense.
We definitely want to destroy it. Get a splash caster, aren't you? Yep. Whoops. That's fine. We'll be fine.
Get lost. My rule is to balance your lives hanging.
Okay. We're doing good. I was already on 10 too.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder. Mission accomplished.
Okay, so basically destroy those things as quickly as possible, because the longer you let them live, the more enemies you defeat, and therefore the higher stats they have. One thing that seems consistent though is that their resistance will not change. So art should remain an effective way to get rid of them no matter where we are. They are Sarkaz, unfortunately, so maybe not the most effective way, but they may become more effective if we end up letting more and more things die before we defeat them. here we go. Oh, just right into it. Okay, I was ready for story. Okay, hold on. So what all do we got here? Oh boy. Okay.
Arrived at designated position.
It's gonna hurt. Yep.
Get a hold of your breathing and relax.
This will also hurt. Though not as much because we now have a healer. What are you? Rot Chaser. Fast movement. Attacks cause target to take arts damage over time. Effect is removed when the target is healed. Interesting. Okay. What I can do in terms of
No matter what trouble
what's going on there.
I'll face it together with all of you.
Oh my gosh, you are tanky. Why?
Now's the time to help everyone out.
Said though, we can now place you there. I'm going to place you there.
I've got a way to treat you here.
Oh jeez. Okay.
I'm so tense.
Place you there.
I've got a way to treat you here.
Yes, sir. Hanya.
Let me do that.
Unleash the rage your father poured into you.
Okay, and did a decent amount there. We're gonna be coming through there if I'm understanding that correctly.
No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
They're no longer needed. Good. Get rid of one of them right off the bat. Where are you going? Excuse me, where are you going?
Locked and loaded. Everyone, hang in there.
Moving out.
Place you down there. Okay, I think we're okay now. Maybe not.
Everyone, hang in there.
Oh geez, we are chugging a little bit.
Don't step into the hard. We'll be the judge.
There we go.
No matter what trouble we're in,
Can you not?
face it together with all of you.
Okay. Real rude.
See the light of
That should be the end of it.
Purge device.
Perfect. That wasn't too bad. I say as I completely and totally understand that this is about to get much, much worse. You saw it, Morgan? The guards at the warehouse were so nervous they didn't even see me coming. All right, you win today. Take your jerky. Ha! Knew you'd be cross. Next time you can come with. The loser has to keep guard. You're staring at us. Who? What are you? What's this about?
Get out of the way already. You drink from the kitchen. Especially after all that work.
You shouldn't have done that.
You mean lure away the Sarkaz patrol, giving your people a chance to escape the warehouse?
Yes.
Funny way to say thank you. What did I hear you on?
Our comrades in Sudine are grateful, and so are we. The mission went well.
Why didn't you have to burn the warehouse?
It belonged to a Victorian merchant, not the Sarkaz. Sarkaz were just occupying it.
Those fat cats are as cowardly as they are greedy. They want to help the Sarkaz, and I'm happy to make them suffer for it.
You do understand that you're just driving them into the arms of the Sarkaz.
Even better. What did the warehouse to burn for those traitors?
It's gangster talk, not the way of the Self-Salvation Corps. Do you still insist on working with these people, Lady Isabel?
My name is Dagda here.
Lady...
Dagda.
When Lady Allerdale introduced you and Her Highness to us, we thought...
Siege told you on day one that it was the Glasgow gang working with the Corps, not Her Highness Alexandria and the Knight at the Tower.
Do you really want to see a hoodlum lead us? Even take the throne?
What shit for brains gives you the right to say that about Vina?
Throw it back in its place, Morgan.
We're on their ground.
Many of us would rather follow you in Cumberland.
Stuff it. I mean, you said your piece. As long as we still stand together, you should not speak ill of our fellows.
Sorry, I spoke out of turn.
You shouldn't just stop me. Let you make a mess for Vina to clean up? Not to mention the bunny and the doctor from Rhodes Island. Next time, think about your company before you lose your head. I thought the day would come where you'd be the one talking to me about losing my head. Gotta change. Adapt to the environment. Look how Dagda's doing. Don't say that. It feels weird. Think I want to congratulate you? Living your way doesn't feel too nice. There's one thing the past couple days have taught me, Morgan. You have to adapt to keep up with Vina. Here, your jerky. Neither of us won today. Keep it. I've got no appetite. I've been thinking, Hannah. Is this the kind of life that Vina wants? Why do nobles and merchants give her the respect she deserves? You're not thinking from the right angle. You realize Vina is a good leader. The respect Vina gets, she would have earned herself.
I can't remember. We have Indra, right? She's an operator that we can use. I'm not sure if I have her on my account, but she's... We can... She's been in the global server as an operator, right? I know Dagda isn't yet. I know Morgan's still stuck in NPC jail, I believe, on Chinese servers still. I remember, is Indra? I have to look through my operations. Ah, Lady Allerdale, finally!
Sorry, I've been busy.
I heard you were looking for a buyer for the steam armor.
The news reached you quickly.
Only rumors, only rumors. A friend mentioned that a suit of steam armor from Londinium might appear on the market. But the transaction fell through at the last minute.
I see.
I would not recommend that you sell something so valuable too easily. It's hard to get a good price under current market conditions.
Thank you for the advice. Just trying to do something useful with what little assets my family has left.
I understand. What little money we have means nothing to the Sarkaz.
That's the banquet not get started. No need to wait for me.
We can't have that now. You've been the pillar of Central Londinium for ages. It's all thanks to you that we're alive today. How is one even supposed to negotiate with a bunch of lunatics who don't care about money?
You flatter me, sir. I'm just a nobody who spoke up a few times against the unjust treatment that those like you have received.
Now, don't say that. House Cumberland will undoubtedly rise again under your leadership. Yes, the past is the past now. When Londinium knows peace again, not to say that she's not at peace right now, of course. In any case, House Cumberland will have our gratitude. Lieutenant Colonel Leteau is here. We salute you. It's an honor, Lieutenant Colonel. You have not graced us with your presence for many nights. We are most grateful for your efforts to keep this peace. I've come into a few bottles of excellent wine. They may not have been so impressive in the old days, but times like these, they are a rarity. I'll have my butler bring them to your residence. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no more banquets from this day forth. The military commission will be interviewing you soon. Good luck. Huh? Wait, no! What do you mean? Lieutenant Colonel Leteau! Lieutenant Colonel Leteau! Lady Oliver, you must speak to Lieutenant Colonel Leteau. This is serious. People will die. Lieutenant Colonel, please don't go.
Miss, this is... Sarkaz have been biding their time. They let these fools wallow in luxury in order to keep the dukes from coming together. There is nothing any given duke would like more than to become the master of Victoria. At the center of Victorian high society is Londinium, and whoever makes an enemy of Londinium nobility makes an enemy of the entire state. Such an offense against Victoria would have forced the dukes to put aside their individual interests and join forces to march on Londinium. The Sarkaz don't care anymore. They've achieved their goal. Something will befell Londinium the past few years, a disaster. But now, war has truly come. What about us, then? Can you talk to Lieutenant Colonel Leteau, as the noble suggested? You might... They called me Pillar. But whom amongst them set foot in Cumberland Manor before the Sarkaz took control of Londinium? Which of the Duke's true friends participated in these pretentious banquets? I'm simply a figurehead for nobles who lack chips on their side. Or those who are trying to protect themselves. They flock to the Cumberland Manor, so Cumberland may take the fall for them. So what you mean is... Let's go, Elshi. Inform our Self-Salvation Corps and Rhodes Islander friends to evacuate the Ducal Manor immediately. It is no longer safe. Take one last look at our ancestral home. Alderdale. You are... a letter from the Duke.
Few days in Osterg and then Highbury. Look at all these factories and houses tight together. Never seen a place so cramped.
Can we go back to Central Londinium after all this mission, Captain?
And do what? I don't know what Manfred was thinking, hiring kids like you who've barely taken a life before.
I'm not a kid. Did a lot of jobs back in Columbia with Grimm when he was still around.
Grimm, eh? I have babysit now because he got himself killed in Sedine. Should have taken his head and nabbed a bounty beforehand.
Weren't you friends?
It's not my job to teach you how to be a mercenary, kid. But it is yours to read the map. Where do we go next?
Mutants Factory number 11 is just ahead. General Manfred gave us a pretty long list. These are all older workers who know something, right? Just take them somewhere with no witnesses and kill them?
I would kill everyone in the factory if it were up to me. All that crap about killing only the ones who know everything. Do you have any idea how much trouble that is?
Well, he's the boss.
Whatever. Put away the list and let's go. Ah, so that's what... Ah! I see. Twice. Huh? It's been a year. I missed you. Sorry, I should have tried to send word. Never mind that. So glad to see you. The past year I've been telling everyone you definitely come back alive. Remember that vent over there? There's a platform outside the other end of it. A few years ago, you said you would jump off it and onto the factory next door. We were scared out of our minds. It was what, more than 30 meters off the ground? Well, you'd be dead for sure. He dared to jump. And then Tommy jumped, Day jumped, and I jumped too. Whenever they ask me if you think you're dead, I tell them to look up at the vent. We weren't afraid of anything, were we? So these are your Self-Salvation Corps friends. Hello. Looks well read to me. I heard there were all kinds in the Corps. Guess the rumors are true. The Doctor is definitely well read. I'm partnered with the Corps. You have partners? It's sounding more and more like the real deal, isn't it? So why have you come back? Anything I can help with? Pato? Catherine, I'm sorry. Get back to work. Yes, ma'am. But Vice is back, isn't he? He's not going anywhere? Don't you worry about him right now. Your friend should talk somewhere else. Don't blame Catherine, Feist. She's been protecting us from the Sarkaz for the past year. It's like to her that we haven't lost anybody. There was one time when things got really bad, she called on the leader of the defense forces to mediate. Sarkaz has been putting more pressure on us, on Catherine. I know, Pato. I don't blame Granny one bit. When I joined the Corps and truly understood what I was facing, I knew what a difficult decision Granny had to make. Alright, talk. What did you come back for? We're looking for something. Something? Yes, a hidden Sarkaz supply line that's fueling their mad war. We're certain the line ends in the industrial district. We need to find it. He says no one knows the district better. No one knows the district better than you, Granny. I'm sure you can help. That's why I came to you. Flattering me won't do you any good. We just need a clue. Yes, we won't cause any trouble for the factory. Why do you think I would help you? Maybe I already told Pato to call the Sarkaz mercenaries. If that's the case, I'll have to flee with the others. Tell me, how many died in that incident you caused in Sudine? Do you remember their names? Their faces? Do you remember what they looked like when they died? Their last words? Don't rush your answer, Vice. Don't try to bluff your way through it. I don't know what this doctor of yours thinks, but I know you. You think you're smart. But being smart isn't enough to fool death. Catherine, the Sarkaz showed up at the door. Doctor, we need to get out of here. Lieutenant Colonel Loto, a defense officer, wants to see you. You're to be escorted. What? George, watch these two and make sure they stay put. Care for a smoke? Don't bother trying to butter me up. Lieutenant Colonel Loto wants to see me. Yes. We've been meeting our targets. Nothing for him to worry about. Whatever. He wants to see you. Come with us. Give me a minute. I have something to take care of first. We're not asking, old bag.
I'll have to put someone in charge. This is very sudden, after all. We can light him a bit, can't we? I don't think the general wants a scene.
Ah, you have 10 minutes.
Good enough.
Brittany, why are they looking for you?
None of your business.
But
Shut up and come with me.
I have no idea what she's planning. No freaking clue. And here I thought we specifically came to this factory as well because we got some insider information. We were trying to protect her. I guess not. 11-7 has given us this. Richard Seymour. Richard Seymour was a son of the second Duke of Stanford. He became a Knight of the Tower at the age of 16. He fought bravely to defend his king during the war between Aslan and Draco, killing many enemies, among them the nephew of the Padishah Aslan. Although he was taken prisoner, he was pardoned by the Aslan king at the end of the war, preserving his right of succession. Sir Richard was named captain of the watch at the age of 41, leading the Knights of the Tower until his death. That's all. Up next, it's 11-12. We go all the way until 11-19, so never mind. We were like not a third of the way there. I guessed about a third. We were about a fourth. I was wrong. Now we're just about a third. And this is going to be a tough level. Terrain and enemies will differ in places. Oh boy. That's there, that's all down there. Okay. How does it look here? I see, so that's a bit different, and the center portion is a bit different. Okay, so in the end, the two levels still have the same sort of thing. It's all down here. Now it's just a little bit harder to access these because our center portion is different. Maybe we take this one a little bit slower. I can place down Chen and Irene here to go and deal with these. Then they can also do a quick burst once they spawn to try and take care of a chunk of their health. We can also have our Keto on one of the two sides, probably the same side Chen is on, just due to raw stats and damage being different. And her skill can go ahead and allow her to reach. I guess we can also theoretically go and put someone here as well, just about anybody, to go and hit there. We probably do want Arquetta though, because I'm willing to bet more of the various different flingy thingamabobs. The wooden throwing stars or whatever they're called. Seed of Withering. I was like, I don't know, wooden throwing stars, that's close enough. The Seed of Withering, I'm sure they'll spawn, so we probably need Arquetta to help take care of some of them. Whichever side Arquetta is not placed on is probably the side that will place Hoshiguma, and the other side will then hold Zima and okay. I don't know why my brain was not able to think of that name. Oh, here we go. Let's get our butts kicked. I thought he was getting a talking to. He was ready, thinking about what he could say to move the heart of the stubborn old worker before him. Catherine has seen too much. Her temper is harder than the machines in the factory. His cleverness with words has never been of any use before Catherine. Her fierce gaze sees through all, turning his wits to mush. Weiss feels a familiar sense of helplessness. He always turns back into a little boy before his grandmother. Clumsy, excitable, prone to say something he instantly regrets. He can only wait for his grandmother to speak first. But Catherine says nothing. She leads Weiss down a long path. When they finally stop, he glances at her expression, and surprisingly sees no hint of anger. What's up ahead? Nothing. Where at this workshop? Just to come here by yourself. Why is the production line empty, though? Where'd you think this place was? The old workers wouldn't say, but Paddle made a bet with Day that it's a secret workshop where they used to build steam armor. Tell Pat how we won the bet. This really is a steam armor. No, I don't understand. I followed you down this path a few times. I heard the machines running. And the conveyor belt moving. They still run if someone hits a switch. Why was it abandoned? Because the steam knights disappeared? No, even without orders, these machines are too dear to be left idle. Why indeed. The aging worker pats the machine, as though she was asking the cold metal. Weiss realizes that all the machines are spotless, with nary a speck of dust on them. It is as though time has stopped in the secret workshop. Do you know why I'm the only one who came here? Cam, Mike, Branson, they should have been standing there. And Harvey, you'd be responsible for watching the thrusters. When the production line loses one, I guarantee you've never heard a song quite like it. Harvey. Isn't that Dad's name? Yes. Your dad was the smartest worker in the entire city. He came up with all sorts of crazy ideas. I've only seen him in photos. I wish you could have seen him in the flesh. You're like him. Too much so at times. Bobby was an expert in steam engines. He was like an engine himself, going so fast that I couldn't keep up. I should have kept up. Didn't Dad go missing after getting caught in some business on the streets? That's what you said whenever I asked. Some business. What happened 26 years ago could still be called as much. 26 years ago? Didn't His Majesty... Yes. The Dinium fell into chaos overnight. The nobles were at each other's throats, and the dukes led the way. Lots of factories got hit, especially military ones making steam armor. They were forced to stop work. Harvey. He was young then, almost the same age as you now. He loved the factory. He loved this city. He left the factory with the other workers to protest against the nobles. He wanted the dukes to hear the voices of the workers and protect their livelihood. Naive, wasn't he? I think back to it on the quiet nights. Was it a cold one in December? Was his blood warm when it came out of his chest? Dad did it for his ideals. Want to see how noble it is to sacrifice for your ideals? The leaders of your Self-Salvation Corps and that doctor of yours. Is that what they say when they mourn their dead friends? That's what Commander Clavicio would say. As for the doctor, the doctor's even more quiet than usual at times like those.
I can feel the pure, heartfelt sincerity. The dead are in no position to appreciate their greatness. As for the ones they leave behind, those words of consolation are like cigarette smoke. Light and fluffy, comforting for a moment, but when it leaves your lungs... She takes a breath, a pause, and breathes out again. The temperature is not low enough to leave a white fog. Only one thing is for certain. 41 workers walk onto the largest street in central Londinium one night, 26 years ago. None came back. Nothing changed about the city. The nobles, the wealthy, they pretend nothing happened. But this workshop would never be the same again. I'm too old to train another group of workers as good as them, Feist. They should have taken over for me. Harvey should have been the one to teach you all you knew. Granny. Believe it or not, I've never blamed Harvey. I've never blamed you. But think about it carefully. You should have thought about it carefully when you tried to lead Pato and the others into your rebellion. You survived this war, but the others don't. Will you be like me? Fraught with grief and regret night after night? Leaning over machines with no one to use them? I didn't understand your decision 3 years ago, Granny. But now when I think back to that day, I try to put myself in your shoes. It's taken me a long time to make that decision. You're right. Being smart isn't enough to fuel death. Compromise and subservience won't get the job done either. Catherine takes a drag on a cigarette and says nothing. I can speak. I can't say I've thought this through. I can't guarantee we'll be able to drive out to Sarkaz. Feeling the weight on my shoulders ever since Rhodes Island told us that we didn't have much time. I'm afraid I'll do something stupid again. But I can't stop here. Otherwise I'll never be able to face Johnny, Gabby, and Self-Salvation Corps fighters who gave their lives. Too young. Too naive, little brat. You there, doctor. You look like you've got a grip on yourself, unlike this boy. Would you kindly take care of him? Don't worry. There's a hidden compartment in the third drawer of my desk. What? The Sarkaz are watching closely. There's no place for you here. Read it and get out. Don't bring trouble to anyone else. Thanks, Granny. You catch a glimpse of Catherine's expression as she passes by you. Sorrow and gratification. Let's take a look, Doctor. Granny's room is over here. Do you have the goods? All here. How's Mr. Bader? I heard he's ill. Either way, anyway, it's all here. Our business is concluded. Good. Please pass on my gratitude. One after another, heavily armed mercenaries emerge from the warehouse. Their leader walks towards the Self-Salvation Corps and extends the hand not holding a weapon. Ah, so this is where you come into play. Are you a new employer? I'm Toter. Hello, Toter. Thank you for making the trip. The container was a little stuffy. Not that it's much different out here. Welcome to Londinium. Teammate, take our new friends to the base. Watch out for Sarkaz patrols. Yes, ma'am. Come with us.
So are you telling me they shoved a bunch of mercenaries into a shipping crate? And then moved them along like that? If so, that's one way to move people around. Moving an army in a shipping crate. I have no idea if that's what they actually did, but he said the container was stuffy, so that's what I imagine.
The tails skip. The scales tip ever so slightly in our favor. You don't have much time left, Fabrizio. They've begun calling the nobles. We evacuated the ducal residence and moved into the hideout beta. It is better concealed. It's safe for now, but I'm not sure for how long. The number of Sarkaz in the city is increasing. The bulk of their forces will return in 3 days. Oscar King, terrible corpse eater. Mia told me about his powers. He eats war, turning the battlefield into part of himself by simply standing on it. How do we defeat the battlefield itself? The Duke's fleets must be united to win. Our soldiers have to avoid him. That's why we need to move before he returns. They're living legends. Sarkaz Royal Court. They truly plan to suppress the entire city, over the heads of Lieutenant Colonel Leteau and the defense forces. You're good at math, Clovicio. What are the chances we triumph over these terrible legends? Very good then. Self-Salvation Corps didn't come this far by crunching numbers. The fighters are doing their best. Whatever may come, at least the hearts are one, aren't they, Allerdale? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What are you thinking about? I'm thinking... I hope tomorrow goes as well as these past few days have. Don't you think they've been going a little too smoothly lately? That's a good thing, isn't it? Good things don't happen on their own. I agree with Vina. You get lucky once, sure, but not every time. Hey, this men have been lording for a while. The man on the corner glances at them briefly. He should not have been able to see so deep into the alley. He suddenly pulls back his gaze and briskly walks with his head lowered. Dagda. Yes? Tell Allerdale. Tell the Corps to evacuate the warehouse district immediately. Yes, Siege. You want to know why? We're being watched. Don't have to explain. Dagda, Indra, Morgan, proceed with the plan. Is everyone out? I don't know. Right now. Talk later. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Okay. I was gonna say, please tell me you aren't within range. Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. This is fine. I'll place you there.
One step backwards.
I thought I pushed the button to tell them to go, but I guess not.
Got it.
Wait. I'm going to place you here. Come on, come on, come on. You got this, you got this.
I'll face
Yes.
it together with all of you. Now's the time to help everyone out.
This is too close. This might be too close.
No
maybe not.
I'll face it together with all of you.
Anya, unleash the rage your father poured into you.
Mommy, please. I've got a way to treat you here.
Maybe not. Let's go with you.
I've got a way to treat
Alright, this is gonna hurt. What's that there?
I've got a way to...
Alright, here we go.
Archie, get a hold of her breathing and relax.
There we go. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. We'll make it. Oh, jeez.
I've got a way to treat...
Yep, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. See? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing went wrong. Everything's good. Perfect. It's still on our tails. You should go. Someone to your station shouldn't risk their life for us. You can say the same if it was all the deal at Clovicia. You're different. Heads down. Siege's hammer swings through the air, barely missing the fighter's head. A massive hole appears on the wall with the sound of bricks cracking. Within lies the severed hand of a Sarkaz caster, still holding his wand. Different, am I? You... Stay close. I'm in the habit of slowing down my fights. We haven't shaken them yet. These Sarkaz are persistent. The uniform is the same, but the Sarkaz are sitting here like children compared to these. They're different. What should we do? Keep making circles in the streets? You used to sit in front of a desk, didn't you? Huh? Yes, I was an accountant. Why? How did you travel? By car? Yes. You know how wide a Londinium Alley is? How long it takes from one end of Wellington to the other? How many sewer entrances are there on each block? No. They do. Who does? Over here, Vito. Target sighted. Hostiles in the shadows. This way, Vito. I hear explosions coming from the safe house. More fighters aren't moving quick enough. We have to cover their retreat. There is a bug in my room. Just flew right in front of my face. I saw that. It'll land and then I will smoosh it. It will become smooshed.
Siege. Doctor, what's the situation? Levity evacuated with most of them. Holidale. I'm fine. You're hurt. I can take care of myself. You should not have returned, Your Highness.
They're inside. Kill them all.
Forgive my blindness, Siege. I don't think you should... You don't think I should have come back either? No. I don't think you should be at the front, by yourself. Allow me to stand by your side from time to time. Very well. Come forward, Dagda. You need to rest, Allerdale. The daughter of the Duke of Cumberland can't lose to the daughter of the Count Manchester. I know Allerdale and Dagda better. I'll stand by your side. As your friend, Allerdale.
What? Wait, hold on. Who was supposed to be saying that? These two lines confuse me. I'm not quite sure what went on in those two lines.
What are you, soldier? Can you stand?
Yes.
Then grab your weapon and fight. Londinium, this iron jungle belongs to us. It's time to show the Sarkaz who is hunter and who is hunted.
Your station won't save you, Aslan. We don't care. Sarkaz's future is now. He'll be buried with the past. He says as a giant sledgehammer comes into contact with his face. Wait. Push behind the sleeves. Shelves. This is sleeves.
You're sharp. Hey, over here! No, here! Do it, Siege. Now then.
Look out. Flashy, but pointless. Playtime's over. Drop your weapon and you can die a quick death. Anything's easier for the both of us.
Sorry, I got careless. I need to apologize.
Sarkaz gazes at Siege, and Siege gazes at Allerdale. She raises her hand slowly. Her hammer falls to the ground with a bang. She winks at Allerdale, who raises the corner of her mouth. Wait, wind? But indoors. It's... Damn it, it's Arts! Incoming!
Vina, catch!
Now then.
You're right. I'm in a good mood, at least.
Warehouse is collapsing. Pull out. Surround them outside.
Your safe house doesn't seem so solid. Safe houses aren't meant to be impregnable fortresses. Follow me. The hidden passage should be blocked under the rubble, but we need to up our pace. Ugh. Need to get your wounds wrapped, Allerdale. I'm fine. Dagna, take the fighter back to Self-Salvation Corps camp. We'll split up. Siege. Showed your leadership. Now it's our turn to show you what we can do. Thank you. Where are you going? Allerdale's injuries can't wait. I'll find somewhere nearby. Wait, I remember this place. Surprised you still have an impression of this alleyway, Vina. That afternoon when you brought back the size of kings with them. What? Nothing. Let's keep going. This path connects to the palace to the ducal residence. Not many know of its existence. I have assurances from one whose word carries weight that Cumberland Manor will be safe until tomorrow. Enough for us to get these little flesh wounds treated.
Where'd he go? I just saw him. Where'd he go? Just flew right in front of my face. I'm gonna keep doing that. He can be bold enough to land somewhere where I can see him. Dang it. I will get him. He'll land around here soon enough.
Vina? You know I was there? I know it sounds like you'd hear from outside my room. My dear Lady Vina, staring at me won't heal the wounds on my back. Would you kindly change the bandages? Right. Sorry, was I too heavy-handed?
Jeez, you got a lot of scars.
More than just the one on your eye. It's nothing. Just let my guard down when there weren't so many eyes on me. You bled a lot. How many times did you get hit? Most of them don't hurt anymore. I reacted faster. Maybe I would have saved you a scar. Even from those fighters was no mean feat. Besides, I wanted to thank you for days. You've helped the Corps a lot. Even saved the old steam armor. I have a responsibility, Aladale. I don't want to see you lose anything else. No matter, Vina. It's one thing I've learned over the years. Is that life usually doesn't go the way we want. If it did, I wouldn't be hiding in this dark little room. I wouldn't be sitting with a bunch of stinking bandages. We...
Two very different thoughts about what's going on are shown in their faces right now. Someone who is worried, cares for all of her companions. Someone who believes that they have no choice but to win. This is a face of someone who thinks the same. Believes it's going better than they thought it would. But has also come to terms with the misfortune they've met.
Let me think. We were sitting in the garden, taking tea together, discussing poetry and the weather. We can go hunting. The elkhorns are plentiful in the countryside this season. They run fast, but stop and stare when they see a crowd. You like hunting? I don't know. Almost forgotten how it feels myself. I'm guessing you don't like dancing. At least not at those onerous dance parties in the solstice season. I don't like them either. The dresses are so much stiffer than hunting attire. It's so tight they rob you of your appetite for the banquet. I can imagine. And... what? I'm thinking the hunting outfit would look better on you. Vina. Yes? Perhaps... we should have seen more of each other. Much more. Fate robbed us of a beautiful life against our will. Luckily, we still have the future. What's the matter? You look surprised. I'm talking about the future. You don't do that often? Back when I was running for my life, I hardly ever thought about the future. And the past was my dreams, and the future, it was in a fog, where I couldn't see anything. This is not a flaw, Vina. It's a virtue. Nobles like to talk about the future. Most of them are more concerned about the dinner menu. It's not because they grow numb to life, but because they understand how precious the present is. Like the present now. Yes. Like the present now. Yoshi. Good morning, Lady Armadale. Everything is in order. The steam armor. Why have you taken it out? It's no big to take with us. Is that so? Was Her Highness Alexandria left? Yes, she has her own mission. Your injuries are fine, thanks to Her Highness. I haven't seen you smile like this in a long time. Am I being too calm before the storm? It does bring back long-forgotten feelings to stand with Her Highness and the others. It's been some time since I encountered someone I can trust. Her Highness Alexandria saved this armor for you. I may be a lowly servant, but I feel a sense of gratitude. It's the pride of Cumberland. Right. The armor and your honored ancestors. Remember how you used to talk to them. Children like to wallow in fantasy. I learned, 26 years ago, that it's no hero, just a broken hunk of metal. We've all changed. The armor seems frozen in time. Do you like Her Highness Alexandria? Her Highness is very kind. I've seen how she treats her fellows, eating the same food and sleeping in the same room. She's not like most nobles. She didn't see them as her servants, nor will she abandon them. Victoria is fortunate. The heart of Her Highness is strong. Years of exile have not undermined her dignity and integrity. You said Victoria. What about yourself, my lady? What do you think of Her Highness? I hope she has a bright future. So you? I got a letter last night. 2 in the same day. She's impatient. But you've reunited with Your Highness. Do you remember how Her Highness came here with the size of kings 26 years ago? It must have been a sign. Its portents might come very soon. You've waited for so long, miss. You could...
Allerdale, Cumberland. You'll meet Vina again someday.
Yeah.
I've long since given up waiting, Ailshi.
How long has it been since Jim left? He returned home to County Peninsula the year after the incident. 25 years. We haven't had a gardener for a quarter century. Used to love the bushes that grew there. They tripped me from time to time. But the tiny golden flowers that bloomed there were so beautiful. The first batch all died when the winter after Jim left. Mother sent people all around and learned that it was the noblest breed from Minos. The money it took to buy those seeds would have fed an ordinary family of Londoners for half a decade. Their garden remains beautiful, even without that particular kind of bush. I tried, Ailshi. We all tried. You toiled tirelessly, summer and winter, to keep the garden in good shape. But without those seeds, our garden would never return to its former glory. I sent her a letter on the 5th New Year's Day after Dad died. Her reply included the seeds that House Cumberland can no longer afford. Ailshi, I've always been living like this. If the Duke was here... She always had tricks up her sleeve. No, my lady. I meant your father. 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 I know how to recall his voice now. Perhaps it's only in the garden that I remember how he held my hand. Taught me how to swing a sword. Knocked me down. Picked me back up and sat me on his shoulder. Wanted to preserve them many years ago. Ailshi. I tried everything I could. The garden, the armor, and the shadow of my father. There's nothing worth less than want. Remember how I wanted to become a steam knight when I was little? Ailshi. Sometimes, just sometimes, I think growing up is such a cruel thing, isn't it? With the exception of a lucky few, we all become tired and unremarkable adults. Always treading carefully, not daring to speak our minds. Grasping at straws when the waves are rough, never letting go of the ones we find. What did you want to be when you were little, Ailshi? Not the servant of a fallen house, surely. No, it's an honor to be by your side. The truth. Well, I suppose I listened to a lot of Bard's tales when I was little. Ah, Ailshi the Bard. Please don't tease me. Growing up means toppling, crushing, turning to dust the possibilities that we thought were in our reach when we were little. And here we are. Can I preserve House Cumberland's glory? It passed beyond my reach a long time ago. I, Allerdale, am who I am now. But even you cannot say who Aladale will be, can you? Will be? I'm old, miss. I couldn't squeeze a tune out of an instrument even if I had the chance. But you promised me. Maybe you thought it was just a childish fancy. But I've always believed that you could do it. To be a steam knight greater than Charles Lynch. Greater than any of your ancestors. You'll do it for me, won't you? Enough, Elchie. She wouldn't permit... What do you want to do? I'm behind you, no matter your choice. Take your time. You always make the right decision. Yes. You want me to walk around this garden? One last time. It's most dear to me. Even if it's just a shadow of his former self.
Aladale wants to say something, but does not open her mouth. She watches someone with whom she has spent virtually every day of her entire life walk towards the center of the garden. They've been through the worst of times together and have been transformed by them in ways they could not have imagined. Aladale realizes she has not seen Ailshie smile like this for years. She feels a sense of tranquility. One that she has not felt in ages. There still is a chance. Suddenly, Aladale's attention is drawn to a speck of orange in the distance. It rapidly jaws near, and she feels the temperature around her rise.
Elchie, quick, we must...
In an instant, the manor is engulfed in flames. Your Highness.
Why, you're disturbing my enjoyment of the view. Storied history turns to cinders. The proud manor of nobles reduced to charred ruins. Tiles carefully sculpted and laid over centuries peel off one by one. Flowers collected from all the corners of the land wilt and wither.
My orders were to investigate the nobles.
Are you not happy with what I'm doing, Commander? Do you not enjoy the flames? Does the sound of blood evaporating not interest you? Hiss, hiss. Listen and savor. Leto, my friend. I'm examining every drop of blood. That is my responsibility.
I will assist your investigation, ensuring that no traitor walks free. As is my duty.
Hurting my friends right in front of me? I'll make you pay.
That wasn't too bad. For a hard level? That wasn't too bad. So what do we got? Caster and sniper operators cannot be deployed. Oh. I see. grab a secondary thing here then. Just 'cause sniper and casters are not allowed. That'll do, yeah?
I will protect everyone.
This is just a single... Yep. Perfect. Alright. Here we go with, whatever this is. There's some things that will never change, Elsie.
I'll grow up to be a steam knight, just like Sir Lynch. No, even greater than Sir Lynch. I'll protect you all. I'll drive every scoundrel away. I'll uphold the glory of Cumberland, just like my great-great-great-great-grandmother. I promise this, Elsie. You'll see. Elsie! Hold on, I promise that I... Go, Olivia. The vampire is coming. He cannot find you. Elsie is here. I have to... You have to follow her orders. She will not allow you to deviate. You can't... We can. The Duke has ordered us to help you complete your mission, but we are not your servants. Do not forget her instructions. Do not forget your place. There's only one thing that you must do. Fulfill your duty. For an instant, Dollardale forgets where she is, and who is with her. She wants to run toward the fire that is burning away at what little remains of her life. Just like that night 26 years ago, when she wanted to run towards another fire to stop Parliament's men from taking her father. That is your sole responsibility. Allerdale's eyes open wide. The tears in them evaporate before the fire. She sees a great silhouette is rising in the burning garden. This is the damaged suit of steam armor. The steam armor upon which she placed so many hopes and dreams. Return to the person of interest. Now. With so many trials and tribulations, Allerdale has prayed that her great ancestor would descend into the steam armor and help her overcome all challenges. Now she sees an ancient armor breathing the flames of hell. She sees a shadow in the fire roar towards her. It is not her hope. She has strayed far from it. Even if her ancestor truly returned, Allerdale knows it can only be her worst nightmare. Tell her I will obey her will, as always.
I don't understand, Your Highness. I thought you were pleased with our hospitality. You even graced us with your presence at our banquets, did you not? You liked this place.
I will not deny that you have brought me joy from time to time. I find your petty flattery and exaggerated cordiality adorable.
You must be mistaken. I have no links to the Dukes of the Resistance. I swear. Any trouble must be the work of Cumberland woman. I'll expose her. Snegwinock, Your Highness, please, I'll give you everything. My collection, my money, take all of it. Just...
What good are those to me, my dear?
You wouldn't kill me, would you? We should hold a wine tasting. You haven't sampled my private reserve yet. I'll be alright, won't I, Lieutenant Colonel Leto? It's Londinium. The Sarkaz are just here to protect Londinium at the invitation of the Duke of Cavendish. They wouldn't kill an incident, of course. Take him to the front. I'm tired of the noise. Begin. Begin what? Run when you hear the order. Confirm everyone is dead and you can come back alive. Into the fire? A fire that big? No, I'll burn to death. You're going to do exactly that. The ancient Sarkaz steps on the heart of Victoria and raises a finger. Ah. He did not see what was chasing him. As the Sarkaz warrior said, he follows the order instinctively, running forward like a man possessed. In the fire, the slightest chance of survival. On his tail, the scent of certain death. But he only takes a few steps before stumbling in confusion. Blood spurts from his body. It no longer belongs to him. It serves another master now. At its new master's command, it charges forth towards the collapsing manor. Towards the raging flames, chewing through the ruins, swallowing the rubble, covering the cinders. Nothing can stop the march of blood, not even fire. He was right, Leto. I haven't sampled his private reserve. We should, shouldn't we? This is it. Wait here. Lund, Charlie? This is where you kill us. How do you know? Simple. You never told the workers what you were building for the past 2 years. But a factory boss gets a few clues. I guess you were close to the final stages, the way you people have been pressing us lately. And that means it's time for those who know too much to die. You lied to me. Just getting my affairs in order. What could lowly workers like us do after groveling for the past 3 years? Don't you dare try anything. You, and you. Come with me. We'll take a look around. Keep a close eye on her, Paprika. Alright. Can I have a smoke? Okay. Thanks. Did you ever consider running? Where? And anyway, you don't make trouble for the workers left behind. I've been thinking about what you do to us. Looks like whoever's giving the orders still has something of a heart. But what do you mean? They said to get rid of us quietly so the workers don't panic, didn't they? My life buys a chance for the others to live. And so be it. Think the rest of the old-timers you brought here don't get that? I don't get it. How old are you, girl? Knowing this game like a 15. W was what, like 10 or something like that when she picked up the sword? Sarkaz don't really get to age into maturity before they go off to war, is what I've kind of learned. They don't get that choice. They don't get that luxury. Doctor, do you know the story of the Steam Knights? Yeah, I've heard of them. Granny used to build them. It's a point of pride for us. With our own hands, we built the armor worn by the defenders of Londinium. The ones who defended our home. I wanted to see the birth of those great things, just like Granny. Take part in it. Granny's been through a lot. She saw Londinium became what it is today.
And I can see how disappointed she is. I don't want to give up so soon. Must be this drawer. Hidden compartment, hidden compartment. Ah, here it is. Granny's incredible. Never known this desk had been altars. Even if she hadn't told me. Oh, if she hadn't told me. Excuse me. This is... a badge? And a notebook? I don't know who I'm writing this for. What I'm writing this for. Harvey died before Vice was born. Cindy tried to understand, and sorrow turned into anger towards me. She blamed me for not stopping Harvey that day. I couldn't argue with her. Couldn't blame her for leaving Vice behind. I heard she remarried someone decent. Good for her. Never told Vice. I didn't want him to know that his father died for nothing. That his mother left with hate in her heart. So you grew up in Colombia? Yes, my grandma raised me. Mom and Dad were both mercenaries. But they're dead. Why did you become a mercenary then? To feed myself and Grandma. Sarkaz aren't welcome in most places, so I had to be a merc. What a good girl. Do you agree with the regent? You mean with occupying the city? I don't know. We do what we're paid to do. Didn't know we were going to be occupying such a big city. In Colombia, we were helping merchants smuggle goods that they didn't want people to know about, or hunting wild beasts. I can tell you, it's the first time I saw Grim so excited. He said the Sarkaz would get to live a decent life if we were successful. Grim? Smoker? Yes. Where is he now? I haven't seen him around in a while. He's dead. Aren't you sad about that? He always said that death and parting are a normal part of the mercenary life. Death and parting. All these years of chaos, and the Victorians haven't learned the slightest thing about the Sarkaz. Catch, girl. Huh? Catherine takes a little thing from her cigarette box and tosses it at Paprika. It's small, soft, made of wool, and bright in color. This is a finger sleeve. Graham. You made it for the old merc, didn't you? His finger hurt because of an old wound. You couldn't cut the smoking habit. Some hide it in his cigarette box. Guess he didn't want to get it dirty, even though you made it for him to use. He gave me the box when he left. Saved it for smokes those few months. He never talked about you, but the moment I saw you, I knew you were the girl he was always thinking about. I don't know what he thought about the war. I don't know, without hearing it from him. You don't know what war is. He had a feeling Feist would leave. He's too much like Harvey. Thinks he can solve every problem with his wits. Seeing him reminds me of Harvey. Can't tell if I'm disappointed because the protest failed, or because Harvey didn't understand what the nobles were made of. Maybe a little bit of both. I let Feist go. I know I couldn't stop him. Doctor, I thought about what I was going to say to Granny before I brought you back. Glad I was prepared. We've seen so much in our time. But I think I owe her an apology. Your family. Catherine always looks strict and solemn. Don't forget that she's just an ordinary woman who lost her livelihood. The Sarkaz don't let workers into certain areas of the factories. They're definitely preparing some sort of weapon. They shouldn't have the resources to hold out this long, not with the Dukes breathing down their necks. But from the material being sent to the factories, from what I know of the situation, all the signs point to them having their own supply line. None of this was supposed to concern me. All we can do now is protect the workers. But there are the things I shouldn't have. Maybe, down. Thought I could do more than I did when I watched Harvey go out into the streets. Bugs came back for me for help someday. Workers aren't allowed near it, and I know the place too well. There are only a few places suitable for a supply depot. Here, Doctor. Granny circled some places on the map. They'll be heavily guarded. Yes, it'll be hard to get close to the depot. You could say goodbye to Granny. So I'll have to wait until next time. Let's go, Doctor. A lot of us don't actually know what we're fighting for. It's just, we don't have a place to go. We're not welcome anymore, anywhere. The King of Sarkaz promised us a home, a country, a future. I'll spend time with you people. I can tell that some of you haven't actually fought before. What about you? I can fight. Have you killed anyone, girl? I'm not talking about a villain you can kill without remorse. I mean real people. You're just a worker. You haven't killed anyone. Don't talk to me like you know what it means. I've been in Londonium for a while. You've heard of steam armor, haven't you? I heard it's a powerful weapon that hasn't been seen for a long time. Yes, it's a killing machine. I built killing machine after killing machine with these hands right here. I don't feel shamed, because those machines were used to defend the land I lived on. What about you, girl? Do you know what your weapon is for? A life for a life. An eye for an eye and the world goes blind, right?
It's time. We should be departing any moment now. Tactical support system. Online.
安心してきっと大丈夫だから大物はどこだ拙僧に任せよやって勝利か四国少女
What? Only attacks ground units. After a number of attacks, the next attack will release corruption, and melee attacks deal more damage. Oh, wonderful. Alright then.
Locked and loaded.
Arrived at designated position. Treatment target sighted.
I'm aware of what I'm doing.
Nope, not enough.
Target marked.
Not yet. Not yet.
永遠の故郷に帰りましょうやってや勝利かそのキリストン
Now.
The light of my eyes will find the truth. No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
Not one step backwards. This is the position, right? 当然、私だろ Moving out!
I've got a way to treat you here. Everyone, hang in there.
たくあん油揚げ納豆ご飯ボルノーキリステン Got it. Hanya.
No, 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 no. That's not how this works. You don't get to do anything.
Everyone, hang in there.
Oh, come on.
Very well.
I've got a way to treat you here.
たくあんボルノーキリステン悪くないつもりだね
Made up your mind? Fool! For what reason hast thou come?
Get a hold
Oh
of
boy,
this.
they're gonna be as strong as they possibly can be. It's going to suck.
Activating arch unit.
Got it. If you want to hurt my friends you have to go through my heart will be the judge
Never mind, we're fine.
Treat you here. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, those guys aren't really all that bad. I figured they'd be significantly harder to go and defeat. George, everyone willing to go is here. What about Tommy? No sign of him. That's fine. Volunteers only. George? How about Catherine after you feist? What was it you're looking for? What? Oh, was it what you were looking for? Whoops. Yes. I'm glad. You get going before you can. Wait, what's going on? You know why the Sarkaz took Catherine? She knew too much. They're executing workers like her. Something didn't feel right, so I did climb the top of the factory to check. What? Catherine kept it from us. She thought we didn't know anything. But we aren't stupid. We guess what's going on. What are you gonna do? Nothing in particular. We put up with the Sarkaz for a long time. Well, that's gotten used to it. Some folks think the Sarkaz will let us go, so long as we put up with them a little longer. Now they want to do away with Catherine. You'll die. Better than standing around and watching them kill Catherine. No one standing here has anything left to lose. Stop. You're with the Self-Salvation Corps. We've heard about you. Lots of us are happy for you. We've got more important things to do. Don't let Catherine's sacrifice be in vain. No. Doctor, I may have gotten some information from Granny. But as the leader of this factory, Granny knows more about the Sarkaz production lines than anyone else. She has significant strategic value, doesn't she? Without a doubt. I request help from Rhodes Island. I know you're watching. Here with me. Here. You look so cool! Yes! Let's grab the enemy deployment. They've made defenses, leaving gaps on the outside. It's mostly loosely organized mercenary bands guarding in the outer area. Distract the mercenaries and take out the sentries. Thank you, Doctor. Aslan. Vice takes a deep breath. He sticks his badge to his chest and goes in amongst the workers. Don't make any rash decisions, Feist. I'm not here as a member of the Self-Salvation Corps. I'm here as the grandson of Catherine. Someone who grew up in this factory. I belong here. Just like you, I don't want Catherine to die. I'm not gonna let her die. I won't let you die either. The Doctor's people will cut off Sarkaz's communications. Once you rescue Granny and the other factory bosses, we'll have plenty of time to get out of Highbury. I'll lead you to the core. Everyone will be safe. Everyone should be safe.
The workers exchange stunned looks. They see the fire of hope beginning to burn in each other's eyes. One by one, they get behind Feist. They decide to trust Feist. Feist, I'm going to. Tommy, thanks. But don't. Why? You hesitated because your dad's not well, right? But... then there's something I need you to do. No matter the outcome, you will report to the Sarkaz that we staged a riot. But... it's important. You have to keep the ones who stay behind safe. Alright. Let's go then. We'll get the old hands back. Catherine smokes her cigarette quietly. She watches as the Sarkaz drag one familiar face after another to the makeshift firing range. She sees on those familiar faces anger, disgust, resignation. But then, in the end, peace. She knows her turn will come soon. She feels a sense of calm that she has never felt before. Ice is right. Compromise and subservience will solve no problems. She must pay for her choices. But she got to see her grandson one last time, and left him a little gift before she had to pay. That's enough. You're up, Grandma. Take her. I can walk on my own. Paprika. Greg never had you kill anybody, did he? Never. Here's your chance. Learn to kill. This is how the Sarkaz treat a kid? I heard what you said to her. You're right. She doesn't know what war is. I didn't want to know what war was, if I could help it. No, Sarkaz does. You left us no choice. None of you did. That's why it's time for her to learn. I like that look in your eyes, Grandma. Same look I've seen on buddies who died with their eyes wide open. I've killed a lot. Doesn't sit right with me, killing someone who can't fight back. You can go back to where you came from if you don't have the stomach for it. How do you know these workers didn't build the weapons that were used to kill your own people? But it's for peacetime. This is war. It's an argument we never gonna have on fair, equal ground. I don't need you to tell me that. It's just... At your own. Ow. This is the place. Scan the area with the drone. Move! Can't I let someone else do it? No. I'm sure Grim taught you not to question your captain's orders. Either you kill her or you drop your weapon and I kill you. Do it. But... do it. I can't. I always said Grim was too soft on you. We're not here to convince the Victorians to give our homeland back. If you can't do it, you're gonna get it. A drone? Captain, the workers are revolting. Vice, we've got the doctor giving orders here. We'll keep the mercenaries pinned down. Go and get Catherine. Alright. Are you out of your minds? No, we're not. Do you know how valuable an experienced worker is? They're in high demand, you know. Feist, you... You could have lived longer if you pretended not to know anything. Too bad, Granny always said I never know when to shut up. You think you could beat me? No, but maybe she can. What? Oh.
Lux, that thing was heavy. Thanks, George. I felt good. Thanks, Feist. What about you, Sarkaz? Not gonna fight? Girl? Your captain was right. This isn't the time to talk about right or wrong. We can't. If you don't know what you're fighting for... No. You can't go. Guess I've got no choice then. Charge!
What's going on? What is everybody? I'm gonna have to report this if I don't get a response. Yeah.
The Sarkaz warrior feels weightless. In his blurring vision, he sees a black figure just before he collapses.
Hey, it's so cool.
Comes another Sarkaz.
Boy, it's their gas.
That's one. Eslan is talking to herself. She puts away the weapon with complete confidence that she is right. She can clearly see the angry workers routing the Sarkaz mercenaries from her position. Violence without strength of numbers was easily broken before years of pent-up anger. The balance of power is reversed. Memories float to the surface. She casts her gaze in another direction. Center of Londinium. We've tied up all the mercs. How many injuries? Not many. The mercenaries with this kid were in a panic and slow to react. They didn't even make up their mind to fight. We just... You tried to resist, but you were ambushed by cunning Londiniers. Londiniers. I can speak. We don't have much time.
We don't need extra words.
Their way, only a few old-timers had to die. Now the Sarkaz will have all your heads. Just your clever ideas, Vice. Put all those years of patience to waste? No. If we watched you sacrifice yourselves to save our skins today, there'd be another group of victims tomorrow. Till everyone only cares about themselves. And that's not your choice to make for all of us. You're right, but it's not yours either. This time, though, everyone came to rescue you of their own accord. Sarkaz have occupied the city for years. Life is hard. There's some red lines we can't let them cross. We didn't come here today, Sarkaz will eventually boil us all. George, you too. It's not all of you here. That means there are some who don't want to see me come back alive. Reality is cooler than you think, Feist. Right and wrong isn't so simple. What's done is done. Catherine looks at Feist. Seems like she wants to say something. She does not, however. Let's go.
Where did you find the courage to challenge me?
All this stuff.
Here we go, 110.
Guard this place. Watch your formation and keep an eye on our movements. You know who it is we're facing. Don't be like those stupid mercs. Here she comes.
Oh shoot, it's shining?
Watch your hands. She could draw her sword at any... Watch the lights and shadows. Don't try to follow the sword. Sarkaz with white horns silently carries a sword in her arms. Wordlessly, she keeps moving forward. The guards instinctively step back. Hold your ground! She stops. Under the gaze of the guard, she raises her left hand and takes out a small piece of paper from within her tattered robe. I came as appointed, as he wished. No need to be on guard. Which way to Riverbank Street? Who are you? Shining. What are you doing standing there? Get out of the way. Told you we have a family meeting today. Understood. What took you so long, Shining? I've been waiting. Solace. It's not time yet. Solace is your name. Do we know you? I don't think we know you. Right? At least I don't recognize the name. Or really the person, for that matter. I don't recognize the name or the person in general. No, it's not. The leader won't be angry. Come in, dinner's ready. Look at you. You not had anything decent to eat since you left Londinium? I've talked to the leader. Tonight's menu is being prepared to Royal Victorian Academy of Sciences banquet standards. Oh, Shining! Shining! How long has it been since the old days when we used to chat at the dinner table? Tell me what you've seen and heard. Leader, Shining's back. Welcome. Sit. This is your place. We just came to Londinium then. It was a long time ago. It's been empty ever since you killed those poor souls and fled with the test subject. That betrayal chilled the clan to the bone. I don't blame you. Sit. I can't wait. Hardly had a good meal lately. Staying all night in the labs. She pulls a chair and sits by the right-hand side of the Whitehorn Confessarius leader. He stops speaking and sits with his eyes half closed. A moment later, Shining puts down her sword and walks toward the only chair that is empty by the long table. Oh boy. Okay, we're about to get a lot of interesting stuff, I see. Talk about your experience, Solace. Work at the dinner table? Alright, alright. There isn't much to talk about. Doing my best to extract emotions from memories, but the voices of the dead don't linger long on my fingertips. Gotten some results, but only fragments, running into a bottleneck. The information is like branches cut from the tree. We can reconstruct the shape of the tree, but a tree can't survive without its roots, much less grow new sprouts. Have you ever heard of grafting? It's a really interesting piece of, what would that be? Botany work? I think that's how that would be. Really interesting. You take one branch from one plant, and slap it onto another plant, and then suddenly you got a hybrid of the two plants that are growing the same thing. There is actually, I believe, I Can't remember if it's a tree or a bush. One of the two. There's a tree or a bush, but through the power of grafting, it produces like 7 or 8 different fruits. All on one tree. Or bush. Can't remember which one it is. It's crazy. I'm pretty darn sure it's a tree, but I could be wrong.
And I can't capture the first voices from further before, never mind bringing them back to the present. Like time, life only goes in one direction. Description of its nature must be necessary and abstract in itinerary. Must necessarily be abstract and literary. Even the originium arts of hue and shining can only capture an instant.
Still waiting for a shining altar. Some sort of guard who literally you just deploy and then win the game.
The King of Sarkaz is the exception. The knowledge and the technique are like a waterfall, and we can never find its source to draw fresh water from it. My research has stalled since Shining's experiment stopped. What about you, leader? Is the Regent planning something big? Been spending most of your time at Weststelling or the Shard. You hardly come to my lab anymore.
The Regent's plan is at a crucial stage.
I'm not sure I understand. From Costa to Cosdale, the Confessori's service to those in power has always been one of pure mutual gain. You've been so close to the Regent that people on the outside are beginning to think the Confessorius is the Regent's lieutenant.
Since when have we cared, Solus? This is hardly the first time they misunderstood the Confessori.
What's different about Teresa's?
I would not recommend saying that name within earshot of General Manfred.
That's why I'm doing it in front of family. Like his predecessor, he came from no royal court. His bloodline is far less pure than yours or Shining's. None of their ancestors have ever caught the Confessori's attention. We've never gathered memories from their bloodlines. Even if the King of Sarkaz chose his sister, it doesn't mean that her brother...
It's as I've told you, Solus. Power comes from blood. Blood inherits memory. Memory accumulates sin. Sin forms shackles. Only those unbound by history can truly unshackle power.
Alright, alright. May the glory of old return to the land under the majestic guidance.
No, Solus. Succeed or fail, the Regent will make an impact on the Sarkaz. This is what is most frequently ignored.
By the way, the test subject you took. What's her name again? Lisa? Liz? How's she doing?
Liz is doing fine. Liz, huh? That's Nightingale, right? I'm pretty sure that is. Yep, that is. Okay. Welcome. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Is Ripethy taking its toll on her? She is unusual. Even if Dame Calcite is at that medical institution you found, they might not be able to truly help her.
Oh my gosh, more Calcite lore. Not terribly surprising, but still.
Good that she's back in Londinium. Your lab's still here with everything. We can bring her back at any time.
Is the food not to your taste, my dear sister? It's such a long time since you've been home. Speak up.
This is about Liz. I apologize. But you know Liz is not your average infected. Who's responsible for her suffering in your consciousness? Who's responsible for her pain and memories? Can you continue to get along after she remembers all that? She's not family. You have to...
She's my family.
Oh. But But she's going to become an empty shell if you don't come back to us. Don't forget why she was built that way. If you really care for her, I hope the end won't be too painful. Come back. You don't understand.
You understand? That's why you answered my invitation, isn't it? More Genium to the truth of the King of Sarkaz. We've reached a clearer conclusion. She's simply an old cage. We could build a new one, if we had to. You know,
I've never seen you really angry. Even when you hurt your own colleagues and took the girl. Guess I don't need to ask what you went through all these years. What I can see is that you see outsiders as more important than family.
Stella emptied her cup, which contained only water. There was no wine. She does not like drinking, especially at work. Her shadow sways under the light. This was not supposed to be a workday.
You're not my family. Haven't I made that clear enough?
You have. Shining does not look at the untouched food, while the other two converse sorry by her side. She simply stands up, holding her sword in her arms.
I asked the man watching Liz to leave. There's no need to send me any more invitations. The next time we meet, I expect it'll be in battle. Ask them to leave? Shining, do you really think you're going to just leave like this? There's nothing left for us to talk about. What if I said I don't want you to leave? You can't stop me. I think I can make you stay and chat for a little longer. No?
The leader of the Confessari silently sips his wine. Shining can feel Solace activate her arts. She could leave by pulling her sword, but what would happen then? Does that really help her save Liz? Shining.
Leader, I wasn't really about to use force against Shining. Why did you stop me?
I've allowed you to act on your own. I've allowed you to be absent from my side. But do not interfere with the Regent's plans. Do not hinder the Sarkaz path to our long-awaited future. Shining, my sister. No one can truly break free from her bloodline. No matter how much she might detest it, how much she might desire to break those shackles, it is meaningless to try and deny the gift of blood.
I thought you already knew. Not everything will go according to your plan, Father.
Your Highness.
My, Leto. Why such a frown on your face? Is the wine not good enough for you? Or is the flavor of the food too light? Good wine should be paired with the futile resistance of the weak against fate, and the arrogance of heroes who drown in prophecy. Even I am amazed at how they write their own stories for their own entertainment. Unfortunately, our Victorian friends are rather too reliant on fiction. We've seen better stuff, have we not, Leto? I just saw you feed a nobleman's wife and children to your troops. I support the vetting of potential insurgents, but... His voice dies in his throat. It is as though all the blood in his body has been forced to his esophagus. He falls to his knees and opens his mouth in desperation, but cannot find any air. A blood mist comes over his vision. He sees the vampire still sitting in his place, elegant and calm, not even bothering to look at him. Lieutenant Colonel! Form up! Protect the commander! You'll fight me here? That's not what the taste of your blood tells me. Fear, worry. They're screaming for you to back off. Run away.
Hold the line! Lips of the soldiers are as pale as their faces. They hold their weapons with trembling hands. Sabers, bows. What Victoria has made for them. They're the finest soldiers, unafraid of the streltsy of Ursus, the arts of Lithuanian, or the broadside guns of Columbia. But they are afraid of the Sarkaz sitting before them.
Put down your weapon.
Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Put down your weapons. Stand. Stand down. Lieutenant Colonel. This is an order.
Yes, sir.
Soldiers back off in an orderly manner. Took all Leto's strength to give the order. He stops resisting and accepts the eternal darkness that the Sarkaz has prepared for him. Then he hears a silky voice again.
Leto, Leto. I thought we were friends. Friends should trust each other, shouldn't they? I think I've been kind. Overlooking those extracurricular activities of you and your men. Deals under the table. Black markets in the alleys. I've turned a blind eye to them because I don't think greed and desire should be punished. I expect the same trust in return. Many Gaulish nobles keep fowl beasts as pets, building jeweled cages for their adorable things, lying them down on soft and delicate cushions. All the fowl beasts need to do is squawk. They'll be served the finest food. When the fowl beasts are in a bad mood and peck their masters, their masters eagerly tell people of the intelligence and personality of their fowl beasts. But do you think the fowl beasts have paid their masters?
Air returns to Leto's lungs. It takes him some time to stand again, his limbs still trembling. But he does his best to keep that trembling out of his voice.
Thank you for your mercy, Your Highness.
Hello, you're back. Do we need to kick your butt once again? Because I can. And I will.
March. March. Stay in line.
I heard you were looking for me. How were your injuries? Same as ever. Won't interfere with the mission. Good. I just got a message. Here. Let me see. Lost contact with the mercs sent to Highbury. They should have been in communication an hour ago. The military commission is dissatisfied with the recent performance of the mercenaries. Soldiers must pay attention to a greater battlefield. The Regent and I had high hopes for the mercenaries. I'll find out what happened to them. No need. I've made arrangements. There's a possibility that they ran into an old acquaintance of yours. Who could be as concerned about the Sarkaz supply lines as ourselves. Let me guess. Doctor and Assalon. Are they investigating the Highbury munitions factories? Or are they already preparing to attack other hubs with information about the supply lines? Tend to your injuries, mercenary. You don't need any more wounds before I find your old friends one by.
Doctor, you're here. Did you get the intel from the factory?
Half of the puzzle.
Not bad. I was thinking what I would have to extract from you and Feist if something went wrong. What I would have to do to extract you and Feist if something went wrong.
We've got Aslan to thank. When will you become an operator I can use? Huh? Can I ask you another favor, Aslan? Louise in Highbury, right?
She operates on her own devices.
Sarkaz mercenary who wouldn't hurt the worker. She may need help.
None of you will know.
Is it the appointed time?
Doctor!
Turn around to the voice. See a familiar sight coming towards you. Mia!
We're here!
Mia. Good work.
Yes, same here. You suggested that we split up a few days ago. Knew it was the right call, but...
Come on, you darn bug. Just land somewhere. You've been flying around my face. Unfortunately, it just flies perfectly horizontal. It doesn't decide to take any sort of, like... any sort of movement besides just straight across my field of vision. So it's too fast for me to go and recognize and move my hands to catch it. The instant that guy lands... oh, he's done for. The instant he lands, he's done for. Just needs to land.
We just came back together, alright? I'm so happy about that.
What about your work, Closure?
Don't worry, I'm pretty well prepared over here. I don't know if the defenses share the same weakness across Londinium, but there's been common characteristics to the framework. I updated the drone's intrusion program based on the intel from Misery and Horn, as well as the data from the artillery control room. Get the drones close to the core defense forces command tower, and I can break into the system across traffic reports from the past 10 days within 30 minutes.
Can you do it in 20?
Yeah, tomorrow will be a hard day. I've been probing the responses of the Sarkaz army with Londinium in the last few days. We expect Manfred and the vampire to show up quickly. Athlon, Logos, and I will do our best to delay them. However,
The longer it takes, the more dangerous it is. We can't give Teresa's time to react.
Sarkaz of the Royal Court could appear at any time. Yes, Doctor. Dr. Kelsey is helping us delay the Noxera and Lich, but there's only so much time she can buy.
You can't handle multiple members of the Royal Court at once. Watch the signal and be ready to pull out at a moment's notice.
Understood. Rhodes Island and Self-Salvation Corps are ready. Hello, Dale. Mercenaries are looking for you. Sorry, I was distracted. What did you say? No, I'm the one who should apologize. Maybe we could have saved Ailshi together. I wasn't so anxious to leave. I know she's important too. She's my only family. West Cumberland is no more. One woman does not make a family, eh? Maybe it was something that should have happened a long time ago. Delayed until today. Don't say that, Allerdale. That vampire will be made to pray. I promise. The steam armor was lost in the fire. Maybe that's for the better. That way I won't have to see it anymore. Vina? Can you take me to the Glasgow gang? I can pretend like it never happened. I can pretend nothing ever happened. I carry nothing on my shoulders. I'll just be your brain trust. But sorry, I forgot you had Morgan. I'll just be a thug then. We'll bomb the Sarkaz camp together. You let it fire, and I'll kick the commander's arse once there's smoke. I'm joking. I know. My path is long and determined, Vina. Why do you say that? Still with us. Glasgow gang has more stories to write. So? The answer is yes. I'll make sure you come back unharmed after kicking in that commander's arse. That's my promise. I see. Thanks. Let's leave the jokes at that. I'd begin to believe them if this went on. Alright, I've got to go. Toto and the oh, my bad, misclick. Toto and the mercenaries are waiting for me. We need to double check our route. Get ready, Vina. Slides of Kings is before us. You just said yes and she truly invited you to leave? Alicia? Halls of Londinium are tall. You are able to escape their shadow. You did. You escaped the palace and escaped Londinium. Perhaps Aladale envies you because of that. She has forced herself to carry the Cumberland name for 20 years. But you're different. Thought about leaving your name behind, didn't you? I can't deny that. I'm here now, regardless of what I thought. Victoria's on the brink right now. I must fight for her. Victoria. Kings, nobles, merchants, soldiers, workers often use the word Victoria to justify their actions, but it has done nothing to quell the endless conflict over the centuries. Who defines what Victoria is? Is it the 60 nomadic cities and the land around them? The 40 million people that live within? Or the monarch who rules them? Your Royal Highness Alexandria, Vina Victoria. Why have you come back? When you say you came back for Victoria? The noble mansions have been burned to the ground. I don't know how many survivors there are. Sarkaz are planning something big. The defense forces aren't trying to hide it anymore. This street may never be the same again.
Golding knows that the visit from the commander means her identity is no longer a secret. She wanders the streets aimlessly, filled with a deep feeling of helplessness. Perhaps it was always futile for humans to fight the tide. Adam's bookstore is open, but the familiar warm yellow light is absent. Golding has a bad feeling. The bookstore is empty, but the smell of blood fills every corner. So thick it might as well have taken physical form. Golding realizes that the ground is sticky. Not just the ground. The counter, the cashier, the books on the shelves, and the teapot that Adams always has by his side. Everything has been painted a shade of light red. Blood. The nausea that has been bothering Golding for days explodes uncontrollably. She runs out onto the streets and begins to vomit. Are you okay?
Molly. You don't look well. Here, take my shoulder. You still have time, Lady Golden. Your part is not over yet. You said that education was your strength, didn't you? My strength. Let's go back. Persevered for so long. We'll see this to the end.
That's the fake person, right? It wasn't in quotes, but I'm pretty darn sure that that's still an imposter. I'm counting on you. Don't worry, we'll get our new friends to the base safely. You're not coming with us. I have another mission. Your grandson is a pretty big deal in the Corps, after all. No big deal, so don't usually boast about it. Oh, I have to return this, Granny. Your badge. I'm not a worker anymore. I shouldn't be wearing this outside. Being smart isn't enough to pull death. If they're gone, we'll never come back. And the wounds left behind do not necessarily fade with time. I don't want to spend night after night in regret, staring at machines with no one to use them. Because I will go into each and every night. I will carry the torch left behind by those who are gone and keep walking. Until the cold is driven out, and the path ahead is no longer dark. And even then, I'll keep walking. Not for some ethereal hope, not because I'm still waiting for someone to make a stand for us. You said it. That we built Londinium with our own hands. Even if the city is reduced to rubble tomorrow, we'll start rebuilding it the day after. I says all that in one breath. His words are met with silence. But he finds that the silence no longer makes him anxious. Thought comes to his mind as he gazes upon his grandmother, standing by the production line. Why did her hair turn so white? Go, if your mind's made up. Let me see. Hi, Granny. Vice! Vice glimpses a small card flying towards him from the corner of his eye. It's the badge that he just returned. He smiles. I'll be back, Granny. With victory. I know you'll be proud of me, so there's no need to say it. What I really want is for you to know is I'll be proud of this factory, no matter where I go in the future. And you too. Also, I've thought about the question you asked. The things that disappointed you so much. The betrayal, the suspicions. Dang it, he slipped through my fingers. I finally caught him and then he just slipped through my fingers. Dang it. One of these times I will catch him. I know we'll have to face him again. But if knowing that means we have to abandon our trust in others, then we won't survive this war. We have to face it sooner or later. Win or lose. One more thing. Never seen the inside of a suit of a Steam Knight. But always remember the silhouette hammering away by the production line. You've always been my hero. You always will be. Bye. For real. Once it gets too awkward. Bang, clang, bang. The production line keeps running as though nothing has ever changed. Brat. Vice hears a familiar sigh from deep inside the factory. He waves without looking back and walks into the sunlight outside. Enemies differ and Seeds of Withering have increased attack range. Ooh. That's rough. So what do we got? Ooh, boy. At a minimum, we have 3 things to place down. That's rough. We have exactly 42. We can go back to our regular stuff, though. Which is good. "7:37 a.m. Overcast. Near the City Defense Force main command tower. Asteroid District of Londinium.
Outside Inspector Team's EMEA hands. As per our plan, we will work with the Self-Salvation Corps and launch an ambush on Londinium's Defense Force's command tower. We only have one objective. Obtain the message logs from the defense system about the Sarkaz supply line. These messages will determine the success or failure of our entire Londinium operation. And that's... even if we can most likely no longer stop Teresa's from declaring war on the Dukes. But if we get our hands on this information, we'll have a chance to sell the place of the war and reduce the sacrifices that come with it to a minimum. We have come well prepared. We need to expect the unexpected. All of us know in our hearts that, in the coming war, each battle will be more difficult than the last. We came all this way for the same unshakable goal. It's time to keep going. Doctor?
The Sarkaz King might appear on the battlefield.
Doctor, I know you're worried about me. I can't say for sure that I'm ready. But ever since we left Sudine, I've been thinking about what it would be like to see her again. If she stands opposite to us, I want to know why. I want to feel everything that she feels. Just as I told the operators, I will never forget why we came here in the first place. I understand that the future of the Sarkaz and the whole world that Teresa hoped for is slipping further and further away. It's exactly the future that I, Dr. Calcite, and all the operators who came to Londinium with us hoped for. For that, we're prepared to face anything. We will fight each battle like it is our last.
Let us move then.
Right, Doctor. Let's go.
The Sarkaz army has been quick to mobilize lately. Yes, Lieutenant Colonel.
Everyone has been saying
Saying what? They've been saying that the Sarkaz are going to strike the Duke's forces soon. When that happens, they will throw us on the battlefield as their cannon fodder. My apologies, Lieutenant Colonel. I've spoken out of turn. No, I don't blame you.
We all trust you, sir. You know how difficult it is to negotiate with the Sarkaz. But you've done it. All these years, it was you who kept us safe. Even the time the Duke of Stafford revolted. It wasn't for how accurate your judgment was. I would have been killed long ago by the rebels' cannon fire. You saved us time and again. And you protected this city from all sorts of conspiracies. As long as you're behind the decision, not one of us will question it.
I know that. It's precisely because I know that. What's it sound in the streets down there?
It's the cargo check. They must be transporting construction material for the Sarkaz.
On guard. What's going on? Good morning. Wait, where'd all these men come from? Save your breath, unless you're willing to cough up the coin.
Mercenaries.
Who sent you? Which duke?
We don't know any dukes. They certainly wouldn't know us.
Are you the rebels?
What alone did you sit in Salvation Corps?
Salvation Corps?
You know what this is about. We should have been the ones fighting the Sarkaz, but you chose to raise the white flag. That left us no choice but to raise up ourselves.
Hold your ground. Don't let them into the tower.
Soldier, you're Victorian, aren't you?
I am.
20,000 Defense Forces men are stationed across the city. Aside from those who were killed or captured, every last one of them is bound to the land they stand on by the same order, becoming an accessory to the Sarkaz crimes. There is no way you are not aware that the Sarkaz will soon be launching a war on all of Victoria. When that time comes, will you stand with the Sarkaz against your own friends and family? Perhaps all you want is to survive. You are not Sarkaz. You'll never truly earn their trust. Once the war begins in earnest, they could abandon you at any moment. I can see your hesitation. In the end, you are only footmen. It is the man who gives you orders, not you, we must confront. So, stand aside.
Do not give ground. Not one of you. We will hold the line here. We are soldiers. We trust our commander. We must follow orders. Lieutenant Colonel, the enemy is attacking the defensive line. No idea where or how they came all of a sudden. Even if they snuck along the cargo track and managed to slip past the Sarkaz checkpoints on the surface, there's no way they could have gotten through the tower's surveillance system. Unless someone hacked the system and took down all the sentinels within a very short period of time. But that's impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Shadow flies toward him. He can smell the scent of death. Unlike the sense of viscous suffocation he felt before the sanguine arc of vampires. He knows he will die a quick and relatively painless death. Which is why he chose not to pointlessly attempt to dodge. Out of my way! Rhodes Island. So you've come after all. Essalon. How long has it been? 9 days ago, when you barged in the West Long, we prepared to brandish the weapon against the general bestowed upon you directly at him, as you are doing now.
Yes. And, unlike you, I will not hesitate.
She's so cool! She's so cool!
Everyone, prepare for battle.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We'll swap stuff around in a moment.
Target marked.
Not one step backwards. 獲物を見つけました。ご命令を弦の振動を感じて発行症状油揚げ。
Ah, yes, more of you.
Now's the time to help everyone out.
My sword will respond the instant I spot the movement.
Initiation healing mode enabled.
たくあんずおなろキリステン発行症状勝利か納豆5本。ご命令を弦には3つの選択があ
Do
る。
that so that she can get those early.
苦難があります。 Yes, sir. Anya will crush you.
I'm so tense.
やってやるってんだ。
Pop you out. What in the world are you? Long range locks on the target with the highest HP and bombards several times, dealing arts damage to the unit in range with the highest HP percentage. Ow. That's not what I thought it would do. I thought it was like a global range thing. Like I thought all these guys were going to start hitting Hoshi. Doing this, both you two are going to start. Yeah.
どの矢をクイーンが指先に集まる。
私についてきて永遠の故郷に帰りましょう。
Go ahead and do this. This is going to hurt. Yep.
Arrived at designated position.
Oh boy.
Target
セット剣山。たくあん発行症状。
Oh boy, you hurt. You hurt a lot. I'm going to place you there.
ない眺めだ。
Should be fine for a moment at least. Project Moon is going to give out 3 Deca tickets? Oh jeez.
どの矢を使って。
No idea how much damage this will do. Barely anything. Noted. At the very least, we have you. You won't be of any help right now. Set you there if you get pinned.
No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
What? So why are they going to give out 3 Deca tickets?
Can I really?
Yep,
No
yep.
matter what trouble we're in,
Will be the judge.
your
Is
logical
it an error with
deduction was
railway
absolutely
rewards?
correct.
Really?
What a perfect calculation.
I got everything though. Because I collected all the rewards one by one, and I got them all. I wonder what the error was. Maybe it was only for some people or something like that. Oh boy, that's a lot of text. Got the twigs, we got active originium. Terrain and enemies different places. When Didium President Mobile Defense Artillery has increased. Of course it does. So how are we gonna deal with this? Okay, I think I've got an idea. You know, I still need to go and poll for Sinclair. I did a haha funny and just did 2 of them on my own the other day. I was like, I should probably wait. But now I realize I'm probably not going to have time, will I? So I should probably just go and poll. You can uptie them later on stream. Besides, it's just the polls. It's not like it's a major story thing, so I'll just be missing out on streamer luck stuff. I won't use the guaranteed 3-star ticket though. If we're gonna use that one, I'm using that on stream. We start off with you. A handful of people who reported that claiming everything by the last fight would cause them to not give the rewards properly. Oh, geez, yeah, that would suck. I'm glad they noticed it, though. Because, oh my gosh, wouldn't that suck if they just didn't notice it? Just slipped under the radar? Yeah, that'd be rough. Ooh, look at this perfect placement. Look at it. Look at the perfect placement. Excuse me, what? Oh no. No, you almost got them. Oh man. Alright, that's fine. This is why you heal. Oof, ouch, oof, ouch. Alright, can y'all don't for like 2 seconds?
Not one step backwards.
Ow.
Process. I'll do my best.
Rude. Ow. Again, rude.
Moving out. Got it. If you want to hurt my friends, you have to go through my shield first.
Alright, we'll get rid of at least a couple of them.
Locked and loaded.
Nope. That's not how this works, my friend. Okay, apparently it does. Never mind.
This is Chen.
Oh, jeez.
Ready to move.
Why do they hurt? Oh my gosh. Okay. They hurt a lot. Ow. Alright. Let's try that again. That was rough. I think we could still work with this. What I'm thinking, though, is when I place down Mostima, I'm basically do the exact same thing that I did before.
I want everyone to get home safe.
Archie charging.
Take them out fast.
Oh, jeez. That didn't work. Okay. I was thinking I needed to place you like this, but that might be a bit much to ask for right now.
Arrived at designated position. Treatment target sighted.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Get a hold of your breathing and relax. Initiating healing process.
This is what we want. Or not.
Now's the time to help everyone out.
Ready to move. This is Chen.
I've got a way to treat you here.
Oh my gosh, there's so freaking many of them.
I've got a way to treat you here. 安心して。きっと大丈夫だから。
Yes, sir. 当然、私だろ。Locked and loaded. This is Chen.
Get a hold of your breathing.
Seeing is believing. Drop your weapon.
Oh boy, come on.
抜き打ち警察。両手を頭に。動くな。
Was it not the highest HP within range that it said that we were attacking? Gosh dang it. Should it not be Hoshi who's getting attacked? Am I misunderstanding something here? Hmm.
ドクター早く行け。しんがりは節操に任せよ。
It was bombard the highest max HP unit within range, and within a 3x3 square centered on that unit, hit the unit with the highest percentage HP. Right? Locks on the target with the highest max HP and bombards it several times, dealing arts damage to the unit in range with the highest percentage HP. Yes, so then... Are they really just dealing that much damage? Alright then. Alright, we'll leave Arknights out of this for a minute. It's basically we'll tap everyone repeatedly and quickly swap to the next one. I need a way to get rid of them quickly. As for exactly how, I don't fully know because they block off all of the frickin' pathway that they're on.
Everyone, prepare for battle. 腰抜け野郎が。節操、剣山。
Two archers isn't defenders next to each other? Okay.
Arch unit charging. Takuan. Takuan.
We see there. Oh no, shoot, that's wrong. I should not have done that.
Everyone, focus on Takuan's. I've got a way to treat you here.
This is also where Phalanx caster shine?
You want to hurt my friends? You have to go through my shield.
この宴会の歌に耳を傾けて。
Ah, crud.
当然勝利か。鹿だ。
Okay. Ah.
Doctor, 早く行け。しんがりは節操に任せよ。
This is tough. This one was not lying when it said it was a hard level. Yeah, I want to see something. You.
Do I have to come along too? Fine, fine. Let's get going.
Sorry, Absinthe. I really want to. No, I'm keeping you. I'm keeping you. Out of like a moral principle, I am keeping you. I don't want to use Xiaohei as well. He's got pretty tanky stuff. Not as much as a defender, but he's fairly tanky still. There is a certain someone I want to look at and see if I can upgrade, though. I pulled them, but I haven't really done much with them. That is you. What would it take? Do I have chips I can transform? No. I have stuff for defender chips, I don't have stuff for medic chips. That's fine. Alright. Go back. Go back. Because I know he can heal like crazy. I also have Whisper Rain. Go up to 80. How much does it cost? Yikes, that's a lot. How about we go down to like 50? That is far more bearable. We'll see what each 10 takes. Just about as much as it took to go from 26 to 50. Yeah, no, I think you're okay at there. Because that also allows you to get this. Which apparently I did not do that. I could have sworn I did. That's fine. I'm gonna put you there. I know you aren't quite as good without your module, but I'm hoping you'll help me kick some butt. Especially since we can make a certain someone take priority over targeting. I have to do my best to place down everyone else beforehand, though.
Arknight charging.
Yep. Alright, here we go.
Time for a little telling off, but not too harshly. Hey, buddy, calm it down. You nearly spilled my tea.
Oh my gosh, that still hurts.
Loading
a lot.
悪くない眺めだ。当然一気にかかってこい。
Come on, Whisper Rain.
じゃあこの宴会の歌に耳を傾けて。
Thank you.
終わったら何食べようかな。油揚げ。Not one step backwards.
Dude, that's not gonna be enough to kill him, is it?
You want to hurt my friends? You have to go through my shield first. My sword will respond the instant I spot the movement.
This won't help us anymore.
See the light of my
Come on, I need some of you to step like right there.
Don't step into the shadows. See the light of my heart will be the judge.
Far easier to deal with one than it is like 5.
Got it. Anya will crush you.
Now's the time to help everyone out.
Moving out.
Right then. Oh, come on, for the love of... I got rid of Arquetta because I didn't think I needed her. I mean, I guess if you're just gonna tank them all, then that works. That works. That's fine. Of course.
I'm so tense. The distance. There!
Yeah, Turika. Shikada. Yes, sir. Anya will crush you. Ready to move. Dip.
Oh my gosh. Because you can just place a Failings caster right where I placed down Golden Glow, huh? I just realized that that's why they would shine. Oh, that was tough. I don't think it would be anywhere near as bad if they didn't boost the HP of those artillery things to, you know, the sky and even beyond. We're here. This path connects the palace to the ducal manor. Golden Mane. What did you just say, Vina? No, it's nothing. A long time since I saw them. Not long ago, we left this place. Today, we walk these ancient bricks again. This path has never been trodden this frequently. It was only meant for emergencies. Too bad. Be it the ducal manor or the palace, it's never really served anyone in a time of need. Mercenary, You don't want to buy everyone here a drink, you better not joke about that.
Right then.
Hello, Dale. You said I once came back from this passage with the size of kings. I really don't remember that. It makes me very restless. It's though as I'm purposefully avoiding a great responsibility. Vina, it's okay. You were too young then. Anyone who tried to force any kind of responsibility onto a child that had only just learned to speak would have been extraordinarily selfish. Make no mistake about it. Apologies. I might have insulted someone close to you. Actually, I rather agree with what you said. No, we've come back nonetheless. Responsibility? Miracles? I have no idea what they expected of me. Nor do I really care. When I stand here today, I have something I must accomplish. I shan't take on any titles because of it. I'm doing this so that the people will know peace again. We are approaching our objective then. Sirs, please tear down the brick wall blocking the path up ahead. Be quiet. Don't let them find us. Need to go down from here. Right, As I walk through the darkness, I hear footsteps from behind me. Golden Mane. What's the matter, Vina? Never mind. Let's keep going.
No one on our tail. Sarkaz couldn't have figured out we would go down. They must be throwing quite the party up above us.
It's possible that all our allies are sacrificing their lives in this intense battle. I was actually apprehensive when Alderday proposed his plan. I should be standing with the core fighters and the Rhode Islanders. The Doctor's plan is meant to ensure our operation remains undetected. No matter what happens above ground, we must get our hands on the size of kings. It's the key to foiling Sarkaz's plans. We can even turn the tide of war. A sword. I've only heard of it in stories. It was the sword of an Aslan forefather. Of the Aslan forefathers. Not of an Aslan forefather. Of the Aslan forefathers. As the legend goes, it was forged for the Aslans by the fairy of the Grasslands. The Pasha of yore once beheaded a poltergeist king with it. Then the Aslans came to Victorian rule. It became the symbol of their reign. According to some historical records, in the days before the nomadic cities came to be, the kings once cleaved catastrophes with it. For centuries, there was not a single storm to threaten Londinium. The masses believed that as long as the size of kings remains, Londinium would overcome all her foes forever. Be they powerful poltergeists or terrifying catastrophes. You can't really believe... I do. I believe in Vina. It's like you're trying to change the subject. Of course I believe in Vina too, but you can tell right away it's just a fairy tale. That's not real. That is, in fact, not a fabrication to legitimize the Aslan's reign. You really can cleave catastrophes. If the shard, with its ability to pull in storms, is Victoria's spear against the outside world, then the size of kings, capable of rendering catastrophes asunder, is its strongest shield. The spear is known far and wide, yet the shield exists almost only in legend. But if we are able to wield this power, we will almost certainly be able to stop the Sarkaz's ambitions. Allerdale, very familiar with our Rumblade. I'm only feeling my responsibilities as a member of House Cumberland. Have you seen the blade with your own eyes? Yes, but only once. What I saw was something that could only happen in a dream. What did the blade look like? It was beautiful. It has the power to liven one's heart. The moment you lay your eyes upon it, you'll believe from the pit of your soul that you can triumph over anything. Get over the top, innit? Legends. Legends. Maybe that's about the Sarkaz. That sword especially good at cutting Sarkaz. That's kind of all you think about. If Mina had beaten that Sanguinarch bloody with her hammer the other day, could have a story like that in 200 years. That just might happen. If I pull Siege, I will make it happen. She will land the killing blow with her friggin' sledgehammer. I'll make it happen. But I have to pull her first game. Then Rhodes Island will become the fairy that bestowed the hammer. Pleasure will probably be happy about that. The Ark of God in the Barren Lands. The Return of the King. How ironic that we used to be named Babel. How's that a story? It's all real. Stories are real. Doesn't have to be fictional. I mean, heck, that's why you see things that say based on a true story or stuff like that, because stories can be real, they can be fake. Story is just a telling of events. That's all it is. In 20 years, the story of the great King Vino leading the Londoners to chase out the King of Sarkaz is bound to become a favorite story of all the kids that run around in front of our houses. Then I've got to spend some time thinking how to better tell Vina's story. This isn't my story. The bold, fearless Hannah Indra Jackson, the witty Kate Morgan, and the loyal, tenacious Isabel Montague. Also, the noble, upright Allerdale Cumberland. This is your story. Let's keep going. The story isn't going to write itself. Ngasikas. Sighs of kings. In her heart, Siege thinks to herself that she must have seen it before. The only vague fragments of memories and unclear voices. My daughter, come. Take this sword. Is it calling to you? Feel it. Feel this voice. Feel Victoria. The palace is burning. She wants to climb up and see what kind of show they are putting on outside. Things are always lively on the king's birthday. But all she sees is fire. The fire rages. There are so many men in uniform, either fleeing in all directions away from the flames or lying lifelessly on the ground. The earth trembles. She's suddenly worried about the glass fowl beast by her bed. It's a gift that she has just received. Lately, she hasn't been able to sleep without hugging that delicate little trinket. Her Royal Highness Alexandria! Don't go back! It's dangerous. Thank goodness you ran outside. You're their only objective aside from His Majesty. His Majesty... Majesty is... No, you didn't know this. I left this with one final order. To give you away. Mina, what's wrong? You're rather out of it since we came underground. I remembered something. Something that I forgot long ago. The kind that hurts to remember, or the kind that brings you joy? It's just voice. Your Highness, let's walk the rest of your way on your own. You were here not too long ago. You remember, don't you? Coming for us. No matter what happens, you must keep running down this passage. Don't turn back. She listens to the officer and keeps running.
The path ahead is pitch black. She is more afraid of the starlight glow chasing her from behind. She runs and runs for a long, long time. She's forgotten where she started and where she's going. She's almost cried all the tears she has, and the path before her is so long that she can't see its end. She runs and runs, and a huge golden mane appears beneath her. She holds tight to the warmth, to the warm golden color. And it feels as though she too has become a wild beast, dashing on all fours. At last she no longer fears the nightmare that chases her. She cries for the things she has lost no more. Instead, she dashes forward freely in the darkness. Phantoms have disappeared, and the memories recede like the tide. She finds herself standing in the middle of a long path. At the end of the path is a door. The door divides life and death. And whether it leads from life to death or from death to life, it opens only to the King of Victoria. Over here.
Your logical deduction was absolutely correct. What a perfect calculation.
Oh man. Resplendent dress. Lucia Scamanjos. Lucia Scamanjos was the daughter of the 4th White Wolf Count. She served the Londinium City Guard before joining the Knights of the Tower at the age of 22. With the permission of the King of Aslan, she relinquished her title during the Cosdale campaign to join the Expeditionary Force. She fought bravely in battle, leading her troops to capture a fortress near Cosdale alongside the Steam Knights, killing a vampire prince and multiple highly ranked Nasera officers. She was given the highest military honors upon return to Victoria, inheriting her father's title 5 years later. $11:15. With a certain someone. The rewards haven't been for nothing. Have not been for nothing. Very, very soon. Not too long to go. Let's see. I'll say it ends at 19. I'll take a wild guess and say it ends at 19. I mean, let's see. Whoops, wrong one. That's what I wanted. Really wish you could do this chapter? What do you mean? What do you mean you can't do it? You don't even have to beat it on hard. You just beat on normal and you'll get Dagda. You only on chapter 7? What? I sworn you were much further. Because we talked a ton about chapter 10. What's up, Epic Blade? How you doing? Doing good, doing good. Heck yeah. I hate to say it since you just joined, but I don't know, should we do one more? Actually no, probably not. Probably shouldn't do one more. No, the story of the chapters, but haven't gone through them yourself. Let's see. I'll do one little thing before we wrap it all up. I'll do one thing.
目が覚めるやつでも飲む？
I guess accept a mission. Couple missions. We do have enough around them for one pull. Cross your fingers and hope we get stainless.
君が訓練場のボス？ドクターって君の名前？
That's worth a shot.
でも君丈夫そうに見えないぞ。
Oh, you know what? You know what I haven't done? I don't think I've done this. Guess you can skip to chapter 9 but want to go in order? Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Here's a couple things, because I already have Arketo. Buy a few of these. Need that many. I do want stainless. I've invested too much to not get stainless. Oh. It's a 5-star. Not a 6-star though. Because that's just my luck. Hey, Broka. Yeah, I didn't have one of you. Another one. Nope.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Totter. Long-range sniping's my
Totter. I
specialty.
keep calling him Toter. It's
You can leave
Totter.
any task to me as long as it's a work day.
Come on. Gimme, 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 gimme. Nope.
コードネームはアレン。今日からは正式所属になるらしいよ。
Alright, well, that is what it is. Got a real nice number of OP though. Perfectly goes to 9,000. So I guess we'll go ahead and hop on over. Yeah, I think it's a fairly good place to stop. I think once again we've made it about a third of the way, or we got about a third of the way left. And then the boss. So not too much more to go. Maybe only 1 or 2 streams. And then we wait for IS3 and Sarkaz. What else came out around this time? There's also one other thing that came out around this time. Both do and do not want to pull more? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I said that I didn't want stainless, but you convinced me to do funny stuff with offensive recovery, and now I've invested too much to not get him. But I'm also like, oh, I gotta save for Texas Alter and Mizuki's inevitable return. I gotta do it. But yeah. It is what it is if we don't get it. It is what it is. Such is the luck of the draw. Both get him so that way you can feel Cutter. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I know he would be good for people like Irene. I know he'd be good for Arketo. I mean, he would also technically be good for Chen, but Chen I don't think I use quite so much in that way. I use her mostly as an SP battery. And that module has definitely made her skills nothing to sneeze at, so. Oh yeah. If I don't get him, it is what it is. I haven't heard of anybody doing max risk CC with him, so. Not too worried about it. Well, think about his turrets. I know they have like negative priority, right? So units will attack literally anything else before his turret. Only if there is nothing else to attack will they attack the turret. Which, I mean, it's smart. I know also it has synergy with Passenger, but I don't have Passenger. 20% physical damage reduction to the op behind them. Ooh. I remember reading that, but that's pretty nice. That's pretty darn nice. Make Irene or something like that just a bit tankier. Which is nice. Very nice. His tech is unmatched. It's interesting though, because I don't hear him ever really mentioned. He had a couple of funny haha tricks here and there that I saw pop up, but then I've never seen him mentioned outside of that. Like upon his release, I saw probably 4 or 5 YouTube videos pop up on my recommended, and then never again has he been mentioned. If I get him, I get him. If I don't get him, I don't get him. It is what it is, like I said earlier. Yeah. I feel like it was a pretty solid place to end, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Pretty solid place in the story to end. The next time we should be approaching the final boss of the chapter. Should be. As for whether or not we'll reach it, that's a different question. Depends on how high the difficulty curve gets. Whether or not it becomes a curve or a spike is a question. Because I know in chapter 10 there are quite a few difficulty spikes, not so much a curve. But let's see. As for the next stream, we should be visiting Hod. We're visiting Hod's floor in Lobotomy Corporation. Here, chapter 9 when you get into it. Yeah, I will say chapter 9 has the most annoying boss. A certain someone who I won't say because of spoilers, or a certain someone in the chat. A lot of your damage from casters and arrows. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. A certain someone took me several more tries, countless more tries than the boss of chapter 9, but chapter 9 was still more annoying. Yeah. I hope you have Arketo, Exu, Bloop. Hope you got them all. Yeah, your cat's gonna be an issue. Yeah. It doesn't really matter who you have. As far as I understand, the angry cat is an issue. But yeah, I think it's probably a good place to wrap it up. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Next time, yeah, catch you next time. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. To everyone who may be watching, whether you're watching live or as a VOD, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what started today, feel free to follow. Feel free to leave a follow. It's a nice and easy way to say, hey, I like what you're doing, keep up the good work. It is also a nice and easy way to get notifications. I send out notifications to both Twitch and Twitter. Start up every stream right as I go live, so you won't have to worry about missing a thing. And if you're interested in checking out some of my past content, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. That's where I upload all of my VODs. And also the occasional YouTube short and long form video. I made it a goal this year to upload at least one non-VOD video per month to the channel. This means at least once per month there should be a YouTube short or a long form video uploaded to the channel, highlighting something either from the stream or something even off stream occasionally. So if you're interested in checking out what I create, holding me to my word, or checking out my past content like I said earlier, please feel free to check out that channel. Regardless of how you choose to share your support though, it all means a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time happens to be wherever you are. And I hope to see you all again later. Thanks for coming and hanging out.